Hi, Maria, and welcome. Welcome to Jordan.
Thank you very much.
We're so honored to have you with
Thank
us.
you for welcoming me in your home.
You're very, very welcome in our
Thank
country and
you.
in my house.
Yeah,
We're
it's a very nice
so honored.
country, very spiritual country. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you. Maria, it comes to my mind that you are Muslim born,
Yes.
but you've mentioned that Islam didn't come to you by really, the spirituality of Islam didn't hit you by birth.
Yes.
You had to learn about Islam and you
Yes.
had to come to know God through your own research.
Yes.
And the question that comes to my mind, let me assume that you are not Muslim born, that you are a convert and you came to study Islam. What is it that hit you about Islam that made you love this religion and embrace it and be an ambassador to Islam?
Thank you very much. That's a very good question. It's a very beautiful question, and I think it's also a very profound question. One of the very important aspects of Islam that led me to Islam is that Islam is not really a religion. I feel that God Almighty is not saying, do this or I will punish you. So there is no kind of imposition, there is no coercion in Islam. On the contrary, I feel that there's a lot of emphasis in the Quran on discovering God Almighty. And that is what brought me to Islam. That is what made me fascinated with Islam, that it is your own journey. It is something that you discover on your own. It's an intellectual process. It is not something that is given to you by birth. It is not something that comes to you from your family. It's not inheritance. It is your own. It's a very personal thing. It's a very personal discovery. And also something that really hit me about Islam when I started studying, I started listening to my grandfather. He's an Islamic scholar, and I started reading books and also reading the Quran. I realized that what is so fascinating about Islam is the idea of God. You know, the Quran speaks a lot about the love of God. A lot of times people say that God in Islam is a God of wrath, you know, a God of, he's an angry God. If you don't do something, he'll punish you, he'll cast you into hell. But my reading of the Quran made me discover that the God of Islam is a God that loves you. And he has not made you, or he's not created you to punish you. And your life, I mean, he has a plan for your life. Everything that goes on in your life, be it good or bad, he has planned it out for your own development. So, I mean, he is so merciful that even the difficulties that you face, they are meant to make you grow in wisdom. So that is the level or the extent to which God Almighty loves you. And this is really something that fascinated me about Islam, because I feel that whatever you achieve in life, there's sometimes or somewhere or the other, one of the sisters here was pointing out, somewhere in the life, somewhere down in life, you feel that you're empty. Yes. You want something more profound. You want something, you want a higher purpose. True. And you know, the Quran speaks a lot about ta'alluq billah, about relationship with God, and that building that relationship with God, that relationship of love, that is what nourishes your life. That is what gives life to your life. You know, when I came to Jordan, as I was sharing with all of you here, I felt spiritually rejuvenated. And why did I feel so? Because as I said, this is a land where the sacred history of Islam transpired, sacred history of religion transpired. Many prophets and messengers came. So you're reminded of their history, and then you pray to God with reference to their history. For example, I was just reminded of Prophet Musa alayhi salam. He came to the people of Madian at one point in time for spiritual training, and then he was sent back to Egypt. And I then just prayed to God, and I said, oh God, make this time of mine in Jordan also a moment of spiritual training. I'm very close to the people of Madian. Make this also a period or a phase wherein I am trained spiritually. I discover you as your chosen servants discovered you. So I feel that this aspect of Islam, this close relationship that you build with God, this is something that really fascinated me, because it gives deep purpose to your life. I mean, nothing association or attachment with nothing gives you that purpose, which, you know, discovery of God and building that love of God gives. And this is something which was very new to me, because I always thought that God of Islam is an entity or a being high up, and he has nothing to do with you, and you have to always be in fear, hard to please, and you have to be in fear of him. He's very intimidating. But no, he's near, he's present. You can pray to him, you can call him, and he's the love of him is what nourishes your life. That is what really brought me to Islam.
So are you at a level where one can say you can swim through the storms of life in a peaceful way? Are you accepting of all life turbulences that come across? Because for me as an individual, this is my ambition, this is my aim, that whatever happens, I can be emotionally stable and just being so attached to Allah that, you know, that nothing rocks the ground underneath me. Are you at that level?
I would not say that I am at that level, but I would definitely say that I have been trained to understand through my study of Islam that whatever transpires with you in life is for your good. It's for your betterment. So even if in that particular moment, if you're not able to understand why you're going through a certain challenge or certain difficulty or a certain storm, after some time you'll be able to understand why it came and how it helped you grow.
True.
How it helped you, you know, become more wise, become more intellectually developed or more mature.
True.
So the strong belief in the fact that nothing in life is a waste. Nothing is a waste. Even the most difficult moments are not a waste. For example, if something you believe is rightfully yours is taken away from you, that's a very turbulent moment. People don't accept that. But even this can be turned into a moment of prayer. You can say, oh God, this was my rightful due. It was taken away from me. Return it to me in the hereafter, in the form of eternal reward. I will patiently accept this thing being taken away from me. So in return, give me something deeper and more vaster in the hereafter. So nothing is meaningless in life. Even the problems in life become a means to, you know, associate yourself to God.
Lovely answer. Thank you.
Thank you so
Ladies,
much.
Anybody has any question? Any particular question? No?
I would just like to
introduce
yes. We have a group of sisters from Amman, Jordan. They have invited me to their house, and it was a very nice spiritual gathering with all of them. They shared a lot of things with me, and it was very nice. It was like being at my own home, and it was a very good experience, and I hope that we'll continue to be in touch, and inshallah we'll benefit from each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you.